my son should have been here for his birthday.
Alright, so, y'all, we are ticking away. We have today 2 more classes and then scheduled assessment 4. I have cut off your knowledge checks.
Thank you, Jesus.
So you will not have knowledge checks this week or next week. Now, I was asked to do everything. I was asked to go over everything.
Listen, I was trying to take Alice to Carolyn, we didn't have it work out.
Y'all didn't ride too well on
No.
the rides? Okay, so right now, okay, Pythagorean, let me pull up a,
She's looking at my phone.
yeah. Okay, this is a Pythagorean theorem.
It's not staying in school, but you gotta go. I can't be wrong.
That's a Pythagorean. And these are probably some, oops, wrong thing. These are probably some that some of these other ones have as well.
So what time you go in? 2 o'clock. You better come in the morning.
Measure, I'll do both of those. All right, who else wants me to look at some of theirs?
I'm going, need Becky.
You're doing, you need to go in yours, Lucky?
You said a couple of you better go to.
You know when you do the, I'm still stuck on that, when you do the gauges to the gallons to the
Okay.
and cups.
All right, I see a couple of yours, like this one right here has yellow on it.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
Like that.
All right, let's look at some of those. So this is in Lucky's pie. That's millimeters.
Oh, that's what got me on shit.
The millimeters too?
Yeah, anything going from something to something.
From something to something. Okay, we're gonna knock out the something to somethings. All right, anybody else wanna see their pie? Who?
Here.
Who? Kia, okay.
Kia time.
Kia, let's see what Kia's got going on.
Child, 17.
All right, we've already got Pythagorean
I know
theorem.
something. You all the way up there, you right there.
We've got metric, we've got conversions.
I don't know what you're talking about. I look, you know. He's not playing.
Let me see.
Shit.
The girl stay.
Oh.
Trying to find, oops, I'm back to Lucky. Trying to find some, because some of the ones that I picked for the other people, you have as well.
Okay.
So just make sure you listen to, choose volume, that's your first one that you got out the hat.
I was getting them on because I didn't put 2/3.
Yeah, gotta have 2/3 on volume.
Is it 3?
All right, anybody else wanna see theirs?
Kendra.
All right.
Kendra.
Kendra.
And again, a lot of you have overlapping, so just because it's not on your page does not mean that it's not yours or that you're not gonna see it on the test. Okay, we're in module 4, Hooky Rookie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is a good one that's super easy, but you just need to know the definition. And, oops, wrong thing.
Stop it, stop it, stop it.
I'm gonna start doing some 4 stuff,
Wednesday?
no, as soon as we start doing these other ones, but I just got a good one to start you with. Okay, let's go through these really quickly, and then we do need to get started in 4 because we only have 2 classes after today. This first one is Pythagorean theorem. That's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Your C is always across from your right angle. Your A and your B are the two sides that make your right angle. So in this problem, my C is gonna be 36, my A and my B are going to be the the X and the 33.
Good front, you.
Are we good?
Who this one out of? It's my.
Whoever asked me first.
I don't
You.
remember. It was me? I thought I did this already.
You did a Pythagorean theorem, you didn't do a word problem.
Okay.
So are you good with,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get your 33 squared, and then what am I gonna do with those two numbers, add or subtract them?
Subtract.
So I'm gonna subtract that 33 squared, whatever that is, from both sides. And then once I get that answer, what am I gonna do?
Use square.
You take the square root. So it's just what you were doing, they just put it in a word problem.
Okay.
All right, now, this one looks harder than it is. What they did is they put two triangles on top of each other. Okay? So, what I'm gonna do is take those two triangles and I'm gonna slide them so that they're two separate triangles instead of on top of each other. Now, if we go through and read it, a 9-foot pole, well, here's the pole, so I'm gonna put the pole here. And it says, the total length of the building shadow is 180. So the shadow of the building is going to be here, which is 180. Then it says the pole cast a shadow, which is here, 4.25. And then finally it says, how tall is the building? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a proportion. So set up any kind of two fractions that you want to.
Okay.
Lucky, give me a fraction.
X over 9.
X over 9, so you went here to there, so you gotta do that same pattern.
4.
No, you went here to there. So you gotta go here to there. There you go. Now, had you gone 9 over X, then you could have gone 4.25 over 180. See the difference? So to get your answer, you would multiply these two and divide by that. Multiply these two, divide by that. Yay? All right, now, these are my conversions. We either have a something something, or we have a King Henry. This is all you, Lucky. Now, we have 4 1/12 yards times something something. Whatever units we have here, we're gonna put them on the bottom. And then whatever units we're trying to find, we're gonna put on the top. So yards down here, inches up here. You always want these two to match. We go to our formula sheet, and on our formula sheet, it says 1 yard equals 36 inches. We just find that on our formula sheet. So we put 1 beside the YD, 36 beside the IN. And we draw our line, okay? Now, when I go into my calculator, I'm gonna do top times top over bottom. Top times top over bottom. You with me? So I go to my calculator, and in my calculator, 4 1/12, was it 1/12 or 1/2? 1/12. I go to my calculator and I wrap up the 4 1/12 times 36, and that gives me 147 over 1, which is just 147. And these cancel, so it's just 147 inches. Okay, let me show you one more of those. If I have example 42 feet and I want to turn it into yards, I'm going to do 42 feet times, what word do I write in the bottom? What word do I write in the top?
Yard.
That's the first thing I've gotta pay attention to. Then I go to my formula sheet and it says 1 yard equals 3 feet. So 1 yard equals 3 feet. When I draw my line, I'm gonna do top times top, which is 42 times 1, and then the bottom is 3. So it's gonna be 42 divided by 3. 3 goes into 42, 14 times. This one's gonna be a division because you've got the 42 on the top and the 3 on the bottom. The other one was multiplication and you divided it by 1. Now, what are my units gonna be? What's the word gonna be for my answer?
It's gonna be yards.
The feet on the top and the feet on the bottom cancel, because what I'm looking for is yards. Yay? Now, for the other one, this is if you're doing anything that is feet, yards, inches, miles, grams, pints, quarts, gallons, that's a something problem. If you are doing a problem that talks about some kind of meter to some kind of meter, some kind of liter to some kind of liter, some kind of gram to some kind of gram, that is screaming King Henry. King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. The 3 basic units are the meter, the liter, and the gram. Now, this problem says we are going from 4 millimeters into meters. Okay? So we're going to start at millimeter. Here is my millimeter. We are going to go to meter. Meter is what I call a single lady. All my single ladies are in the middle of the dance floor. This is my single lady because this is kilometer, kiloliter, kilogram, hectometer, hectoliter, hectogram, decameter, decaliter, decagram, decimeter, deciliter, decigram, centimeter, centiliter, centigram, millimeter, milliliter, milligram. So I'm starting at millimeter and I'm going to meter, so that's 1, 2, 3 jumps to the left. So I pick up my decimal, which is at the end, and I move it 1, 2, 3 jumps to the left, so my decimal's now there. And I fill zeros in everywhere there's holes. So if I gave you a problem that was 4.25 kilograms equals how many centigrams? Kilogram to centigram, how many jumps which way?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good. You start at kilogram, and we're headed towards centigram. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps to the right. So we pick up our decimal and we move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our decimal's now here, it's no longer here. And we fill zeros in everywhere we had a number that wasn't there. So it's 425,000 point. You don't have to put the point if it's at the end. I'm just putting it to show you where it is. Yay?
Yes.
All right. Are we ready to look at volume? Now, for the volume, somebody with their formula sheet, you got your proper sheet out. What is the volume of a cylinder? 1/3 R squared.
Circular cylinder, want the pi times r squared times height. That one?
Pi times r squared times height. Okay. Now, I had another formula off to the side, right?
Yeah, B equals B base times height.
So, I told you don't use anything with the capital B. Kia, this is for you. I told you don't use anything with the capital B. Use the ones that are up close and personal. Now, we all know what pi is. Pi is 3.14. We all know that the radius is halfway through a circle. So when you're looking at your radius, you find the circle and you go halfway through it. So, we look for our circle, which is right here, and our radius is going to be halfway through it. Now, this time it gave me my radius. But sometimes it's gonna give me my diameter, and we're gonna have to cut it in half to get the radius. So this time it told me that my radius is 7.5. We square it because that's what the formula says do. And my height is how tall it is. And we go to our calculator and plug that in our calculator. And our units are going to be to the third, because volume is always to the third. Cool? All right, now for this one, it talks about circumference, and on our formula sheet, we have two circumference formulas. We have C equals 2 pi r, and we have C equals pi d. Well, this problem is talking about the diameter. So I'm going to use the one with the diameter formula in it. This talked about diameter, this had diameter in it, so I'm going to use the one with the diameter in it. Now, this told me what the circumference was. So where am I going to plug that in? Which letter?
You said
The circumference of a circular field is 314.
you're gonna divide it.
Okay, tell me what letter is that? Where does 314 go in the formula?
Oh, wait a minute.
Pi. That's not the pi, it's the circumference, so it'll be.
The
What is it?
It'll
circumference
be
is.
314 equals.
So the circumference, they're telling you is,
3.14 and then.
what is that?
3.14.
3.14.
Times the denominator, we don't
And
know what it
this
is.
says, what is the diameter? So we don't know what the diameter is. So for this one, y'all freak out because they gave you the answer.
All you gotta do is divide.
You're trying to find the piece, they gave you the answer, and y'all aren't used to that. So you have 314 equals 3.14 times d, and they want to solve for d. So what do we do to both sides to get d by itself?
Oh, divide by 2.
Divide by 3.14. So this is going to give you the diameter. So if I come over here, I'll do 314 divided by 3.14. So my diameter is going to be 100. Now, if I gave you a question and said, what is the radius? If the diameter is 100, what is the radius? Because if the diameter is 100, the radius is going to be 50.
Don't make me question my answer.
Yay? Alright, now, this one is in Module 4, and you just have to know the wording. You have to know what an integer means. Integer means whole number. That means no decimals. So you go to your calculator, and if you get a decimal, it's going to be no, because integer is a fancy name for whole number. So if and remember this is my negative button, so -7/10. Did I get a whole number? No. Is the next one a whole number?
No.
Is the next one a whole number?
Yes.
Okay, so when I go to type in the next one, 49/7, do I get a whole number?
Yes.
Yes. Is the next one a whole number?
No.
As long as it doesn't have a decimal, I don't care if it's positive or negative. It's super easy once you know what those vocabulary words mean. Integer just means whole number, no decimals. I don't care if it's positive or negative. We good? All right, let's start looking at some Module 4 stuff.
Oh, Lord.
Let me start off a little bit easier. Because y'all saw that first one and freaked out on me.
No, I finally got that.
All right, let's do this one. All right, for this one. This talks about like y'all's money. This one should make sense. To get your phone, you have to pay $7 a month. So just to get a phone, even if you don't use it, you're gonna pay $7. Plus, you're gonna pay 7 cents per minute. Now, a lot of y'all screw up because you don't know how to write 7 cents. How do you write 7 cents?
Point 0.
0.07. So 7 cents per minute. So if you talk 1 minute, you're gonna pay 7 cents. If you talk 2 minutes, you're gonna pay 14 cents. If you talk 3 minutes, you're gonna pay 21 cents. So every minute you talk, we're gonna multiply it by 0.07. And the total for his bill
Was $12.
is $12.11. So we take his base fee plus how much he talks every minute and the total bill we know. So here's our formula. 7 plus 0.07 M equals $12.11. And we want to solve, SOLVE, for M. How many minutes did he talk? So we want to get M by itself.
We're gonna subtract,
So what do we have to do first? We got to get rid of that single lady.
subtract.
So we are going to subtract 7 from both sides. Okay? And just so that you can see where I'm getting it from, I'm going to do the $12.11 minus 7. That gives me 511 equals 0.07 M. Then what am I going to do? Divide both sides by 0.07. So for him to have that bill, he would have had to talk for 73 minutes. That ain't bad, is it?
Nope. It is try to get you with the word problems.
Yeah. All right, let me see what else I have down here. Okay, look at this one.
Oh, child.
All right, Pam is 14 years younger than Jari. The sum of their ages is 58. What is Jari's age? Okay, so what I do is right here, I know that Pam plus Jari is 58 because sum means add. Yay? You good so far? Now, I come over here because I cannot have two different letters I can't have in the same sentence. Okay? So I come over here and I put everything in terms of X. So whoever I'm solving for, that is going to be my X.
Okay.
So Jari is what I want to know, so Jari is going to be my X. So now I have to rewrite the other one. Pam, what does the word is mean in math? 1 plus 1 is 2.
Equal.
Equal. So Pam equals 14 years younger than Jari. So it's going to be Jari minus 14. So if Jari was 20, Pam would be 6. We took whatever Jari was and we subtracted 14. You with me?
Hold on.
If Jari was 20, Pam is going to be 14 years younger than that, which is going to be 20 minus 14.
So they already given what Pam is, and that's like X minus 14.
Right. So now that I have that little information off to the side, I come over here and I say, what is Pam? Girls, Pam is X minus 14 plus, what is Jari? What did I call Jari? X. And together, what do they equal? 58. So I had to do that stuff over to the left because I needed everything in one letter. I couldn't use 2 letters. I can't use a P and a J. I got to use all X's. So my formula is now, or my equation is now this.
Minus, you can subtract 14.
P minus, okay, before I can do that, let's clean it up.
Okay.
1 X-ray plus 1 X-ray is 2 X-rays. Minus 14 equals 58. Now tell me what you want to do.
Subtract.
She wants to, no,
No, oh, no.
is held together by subtraction, so how do we do that?
You're gonna add.
We're going to add 14 to both sides. So 2x equals 72. And what do I do now? Divide by what? 2. So X is gonna be 36. So that means Jerry is gonna be 36. So how old is Pam gonna be?
Oh, 72 divided by.
36 minus 14, which is,
Oh, 20.
Wait.
I thought it was 14 years older. I thought that some kid was 58.
And if she.
I thought 72 divided by 2 is 36. Okay, you got it. Shari is 36.
now, what should the sum of their ages be?
58.
Wait.
58.
So where is that?
So it should be 20. I said 8.
I did a couple topics.
Okay, this is the answer that I want.
You want that X, she just plug it into 36.
But I'm just showing you, we wanted to know Jerry, which is X, which is 36.
She just plugged it in and she
I
knows.
plugged 36 also in here to Pam and did 36 minus 14 because Pam is 14 years younger than Jerry.
So that's showing.
So if Jerry's 36, Pam is 14 years below her, younger than her.
Some of these.
And so the sum of their two ages is gonna be 58.
She just showing that you just
That
plug
it's
it
gonna work
in,
out.
That it's gonna work out to 58.
Mm-hmm.
She's showing the sum of it is equaling to 58.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, Terry,
Where your book at?
where your book bag at and where the pencil and the paper?
All right, let's look at another one.
You better calm it
Let's
down.
look at this one. The perimeter of a rectangle
You too.
is 370. If the length is 99, what is the width? Okay? What do we know about perimeter?
I mean, they add all sides.
So perimeter is when you add all sides.
This right here.
Okay?
Yes.
This is what we were doing in geometry. Now, the length is 99.
Yep.
Girls, we do not know the width. Now, they're telling you that the perimeter, the answer is 370.
Yep.
So that 370 is when we add up all four sides. So if I do x plus 99 plus x plus 99, my answer is going to be 370. That's what they're telling me. That the perimeter, if I add up all four sides, I'm going to get 370. So now we have to solve this. What is 1 x-ray plus 1 x-ray?
2 X-rays.
2 x-rays. Now, is there anything else I can combine on the back?
Those 90,
Is there anything
Talking to
else
90,
that I can
add
combine? 99 plus 99
This one not
is 198. So 99 plus 99 is 198. And together that equals 370. What do I need to do now?
You needed to subtract. You should track that 198 from that 370.
Subtract the 198 from both sides. So I'm gonna do 370 minus the 198 is 172. And that equals 2x.
Then that's when you divide.
That's when we divide by 2 and divide by 2. So we're gonna have 172 divided by 2.
86.
So that means that x is going to be 86. So this side is 86 and this side is 86. So on the test, if I add it up, 99 plus 86 plus 99 plus 86, what should it equal? 370. And Emily just double checked us.
Yeah.
We good? area one, I don't have an area one out here. Let's do, let me grab a calculator so that I can.
You got your phone for like